It has stood the test of time. God's book, the Bible, still relevant in today's complex world. It is written, sharing messages of hope around the world.
Welcome and thank you for joining us on It Is Written Canada. We are here again with Lee Venden at beautiful Pugwash, Nova Scotia, and we have been looking at a series that he does called All About Jesus. And really that's what Christianity is all about. It's all about Jesus. And we've been focusing on 3 building blocks for making that relationship real, 3 building blocks of what we can do from our side to connect with Jesus. Number 1, connect with him through his word, through his written word, the Bible, and let it speak to us personally. And of course, prayer. We never come to the word of God without prayer and opening up our hearts to him. But also, we're not just looking at a one-way communication, talking to God and giving him our to-do list, but rather we have this 2-way communication. So we ask him to speak to us. And then thirdly, because we have been connecting with him, we just want to share it with others. Mm-hmm. And so we need to share that. And that brings joy to our hearts when we do so. So, Lee, I just want to talk to you about that and go further with some of those questions. I guess some people have this question in their mind, is Jesus enough? Just connecting with Jesus, is that enough? Mm-hmm. You know, just focusing on connecting with him through his word, through prayer, and through sharing what he has given to us. What about James 4:7? Some have this idea that we have our part, that we can resist the devil. You know, we are supposed to resist him. And perhaps we should look at that together. Yeah, Rene, I wonder if you could read that for us. James 4:7. And maybe we should look at it in its context and see what it's really saying to us.
Well, James 4:7 says, resist the devil and he will flee from you.
So what does it say just before that?
Well, some people think that is what we need to do. Yeah. We need to resist the devil, right? We need to flee from the devil and resist him.
And find ways to overcome.
And
put him down.
Mm-hmm. But let's look at that verse in its context, right? Okay. There's a part before and a part after that, okay? And the part before says, therefore submit to God.
Mm-hmm. Submit to God.
Then it says, resist the devil and he will flee from you. But after that, it says, draw near to God and he will draw near to you.
Yes.
So there's running to God and drawing to God on either side of resisting the devil.
And so that submission to God and that drawing near to him is through opening his word, contemplating what it is saying to us, and opening our hearts to him in prayer. And then he is the one who gives us strength, and he raises up a standard against the enemy and protects us, I guess, from the devil. And this is how we resist the devil, is by drawing near to God.
Exactly. Because, you know, if you really think about it, it's ludicrous to even imagine that we could resist the devil. He's a spirit. You just mentioned Isaiah 59:19, where it says that when the enemy rushes in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord raises up a standard against him. And the reason he's got to do it is because we could never resist the devil. How are you going to resist a spirit? You can't even see him, right? You'd have to have a bigger spirit to fight for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Exactly. In fact, it puts me in mind of earlier in the series, we talked about a friend of mine named Steve Mackey, the kickboxer.
That's right, yeah.
And one October 31st, if you can imagine, it was October 31st, he and his wife were at our home, and they had lunch with us, and we were spending the afternoon talking and stuff. And just around sundown, the phone rang. And there was a woman's voice on the other end of the phone who I recognized. Now, a little background about this woman. She was about 33 or 34 years old, And her parents were Satanists.
Oh.
In fact, her father considered himself a warlock, and her mother considered herself a witch. They attended the First Church of Satan, and they used for their Bible a book called the Satanic Bible, which is just, it's like, they even have the 10 Commandments in the Satanic Bible, but they are the Satanic 10 Commandments.
Okay.
And so it's like kind of like just the opposite of what God's 10 Commandments are.
Yeah.
You know, anyway, so this girl had been raised from a baby in the Church of Satan, and there were all kinds of horrific things that were attached to that, which I'm not even going to mention. But I'm just going to say that in her early 30s, she had decided she did not want the faith of her parents any longer. But she didn't know how to get out of that.
Yeah, she was in bondage.
Oh, yeah.
To a spirit that was very evil.
Yeah. But she looked in the yellow pages of the phone directory. At the time, we were living in Kansas City, to see if she could find a pastor to talk to about how to escape the bondage of Satanism. And she just picked me at random out of the phone book, you know. And she called me up one day.
Yeah, good choice.
Well, I wasn't so sure it was a good choice when she called, because I was like, oh my word, you know, do I want to interact with that? And anyway, she asked for an appointment. She came in. She told me her background and her story. Yeah. And then she asked me, is there, any way I can get free from this? Because it's very, very difficult to break loose from. I said, well, in the Bible it says that if the Son sets you free, you are free indeed. And we began to talk with her about the very things that you just summarized here a moment ago, those 3 basic elements that we as Christians can do to seek to know Jesus and to draw near to him. And it was really neat to see that she began to have that experience with God. And she began attending our church. Yes. And it was all fine. We were excited. But the devil was not a happy camper.
No.
And there had been many experiences in her life serving the Church of Satan with her parents, where what we would refer to as demon possession had been an active part of the worship. That taken over by another power and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, back to this phone call. So on October 31st, I get a phone call just at sundown, and it's her. And she said, Pastor Venden, would you please come to my house right now and pray for me? Now, she lived alone, and she said, would you please come and pray for me, because the devil has told me he is going to kill me tonight.